Hey, Mike Hedlesky here, Deathless Performance. Just thinking about some stuff. I'm warming up for max effort bench press day today, and a couple of things no one really talks about. I mean, a lot of people say, for bench pressing you need a great big lower back arch, a lot of tips and tricks people use are shoving little like foam rollers, like 6-inch pieces of PVC pipe, whatever, trying to help that lower back arch out. Well, not a lot of people talk about, where your scapula is in your thoracic spine and where your upper back needs to be when you bench. So hopefully if you stumbled upon this, you're already in a pretty good position. Just shoulder blades retracted hard into the bench, not way shrugged up here like that. You still want to be able to have them tight, held together, retracted as hard as you can. You should still be able to have about full range of motion in your head and neck. If you're up here and you can't really move around, you're like a turtle head poking out, that's not really going to help you bench press too much. So what I'm going to do is show a common error with upper back arching and tightness, and then I'm going to show the correct angle you want your scapulas to be set at, that how you want that upper back to be arched when you bench press. And that's going to change your bar path a little bit because you're going to have a slightly lower point that's slightly higher on your chest. So, you want to be as efficient as possible, so you want that range of motion to be as short as possible. So I'll show that, and then just a couple little mobility drills to kind of loosen up the upper back so that you actually can arch it and take it through, be able to hold that arch in there, be strong enough and mobile enough to be able to keep that tight the entire time you have, a heavy maximal weight in your hands. Then hopefully after I show you that stuff, my training partner will be here and we'll be doing our max effort bench workout anyway, so hopefully you get some video of me doing it correctly, which I kind of have a problem with heavier weights. So hopefully I mess up with a heavy weight, then I can explain exactly what I did wrong, hopefully fix it, come back and just smash something. My bench press sucks, so it won't be that impressive, but hopefully you learn something. So here we go. First off, I'll show you incorrect loading pattern for your upper back, correct loading pattern for your upper back, then a couple of drills to fix it, and then hopefully some heavy bench presses. Alright. Alright, that first bench press you just saw was, pretty good, solid form. Shoulder blades were nice and tight. Stayed tight the entire time for all 3 reps. The problem was, though, my shoulder blades were pretty much parallel with the ground, even though they're retracted hard. There's really no significant highest point to aim for, out of the bottom of the bench press. So on the second one, I corrected that simply by pushing harder through my heels, pretty much as hard as I could, and that kind of rode me up on the back of my neck and the upper part of my trap, as opposed to just being flat against my retracted upper back. So what that does is it takes your scapulas, goes from parallel with the floor to about 45-degree angle, up from the corner of the floor behind the bench press here. So what that's going to do is just really bring up and open up your upper chest. You could see that I probably cut off a good 2.5 inches maybe off of my bench press, just simply by pushing through my heels harder, taking all that pressure through my heels and letting it just ride up onto the top of my traps, back of my neck, and just pretty much depressing my shoulder blades down. And what that did was create that here to here, and now all of a sudden my bench press is a lot more like a decline bench than it is a regular flat bench. So again, it's not cheating, it's efficiency. If you can bench 500 pounds like that, you're still benching 500 pounds. So just something to think about. Also takes a lot of shoulder rotation out of it, a lot more. Think about your decline bench, if you do such a thing, compared to your regular bench. It's going to be a lot more for most people. So the more you can mimic, going from this position, flat bench position, to pushing through your feet, arching that upper back, the more it's going to help mimic a decline bench and put more pounds on your bench press pretty much immediately, if you can hold it there throughout your heavier sets. So that's the tricky part. So now I'm going to go through and show you some just little exercises you can do to loosen that stuff up. Usually, a really big one is just taking a lacrosse ball, taking a roller, and just smashing up your lats and right underneath your shoulder blades, because that's That's what's really pulling down, depressing that shoulder blade, and it's a big, it's more of a big, like, internally rotated shoulder movement than anything else. People don't really consider your lats as a big internal rotator. They think, oh, it's a pulling muscle. Well, you're able to pull because you're internally rotating. So definitely loosen all that stuff up. Like I said, lacrosse ball, a rumble roller, foam roller, whatever, just smash it up. It's not going to feel good. Just do it till it feels better. Show you a couple things you can do with bands, some tractioning exercises. It's actually part of my normal warm-up for my bench press stuff. So I'm getting some traction in the shoulder capsule just with a pretty light band tension. Then just taking your scapulas through just a normal range of motion they go through when you're bench pressing. So the first one, just kind of pull, let your arm kind of set underneath, anchor your other hand down with your opposite hand, and then just let the band just pull all this stuff out up here. I mean, you're going to feel that pulling on your lats. You're going to feel it pulling between your shoulder blades. So pretty much just keep moving, putting yourself under tension as hard as you can, pulling your shoulder blades together just like you were getting set up to bench press. But, you know, let that band hold it for about 10 seconds or so. Then as soon as you get to that time limit there, about 10-20 seconds, just let that band kind of pull it out, just stretch around, find tight little spots, and the easier that gets and the more that loosens up, a lot easier, a whole lot easier it's going to be. I mean, you can probably already see a little bit of a difference. I did this left arm for about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so just for demonstrating purposes, and I can already set that scapula just so much lower than the other one. I mean, I can notice a difference. I can feel a difference in my upper back. So, yeah, just a couple things to think about. Hopefully this helped. I like getting tips and suggestions out there that are directly, you know, you can take it, you can watch this, and then you can go take it directly to your bench press workout, your press workout. I mean, whatever you train for, it doesn't matter. So, just some stuff to think about. Again, Mike Hedlesky, Deathless Performance. I got it.